Hi here, Finn's here. I'm back for another video, and it's a bit of a sad video really, because this is about Strictly Come Dancing. As you know, I've been doing reviews on the last few weeks on Strictly, and some very sad news has come in the last 24 hours. That sadly, Nicola and Katya have been forced to pull out of the competition due to Katya being tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah, it's happened. Very sad news. Very, very sad news. It's so frustrating when something happens like this. Yeah, it happened. It happened, and I want to have my opinion on it. So, first things first, I've got a statement from BBC Strictly, and I would like to read it out. It says, okay, so it says, Nicola Adams and Katya Jones are to leave Strictly Come Dancing after Katya tested positive for COVID-19. Katya is asthmatic, and the pair are now self-isolating separately following the latest government guidelines. As a part of the protocols outlined ahead of the series, this sadly means they will no longer be able to take part in the competition. Nicola said, "Hey guys, I'm absolutely devastated. My Strictly journey has come to an end so soon. I had so much more to give and so many people to win this for. But I just want to say a huge thank you to Katya for being the best dance partner anyone could ask for. She pushed me way out of my comfort zone, and it's been an incredible experience. I'm gutted to be out of the competition, but in these unprecedented times, and as frustrating as it is, the COVID measures in place are to keep everyone safe, and I'm doing what I can to help. I'm spreading the next 14 days isolating, so I to apologise in advance for the ridiculous amount of TikToks I'm posting in my new found free time when I'm not gaming." Katya said, "Dancing with Nicola has been an absolute inspiration. She's given her all each and every week, and we were so excited to create more dances in the competition. Of course, I'm devastated to leave this way, but I've made a friend for life and loved every moment of this special journey. I'd like to wish good luck to all the remaining couples." Sarah James, Strictly Come Dancing executive producer, said, "We are incredibly sad that these unfortunate circumstances mean that Nicola and Katya are unable to continue on Strictly. They are a brilliant partnership and have already achieved so much during their time on the show. We'd like to thank them for their commitment, and although their time in the competition is sadly come to an end, we are hopeful that there will be opportunities for them to dance again in the future. The rest of the cast are unaffected, and the show will continue this Saturday night on BBC One." Wow. So yes, well, that was that. Well, that was quite a statement. Obviously, everybody is devastated by the news. They were the first ever same-sex couple on Strictly, and now they're out of the competition, very frustratingly. It is so frustrating when things like that happen, because they still had more to give. Everybody was so looking forward to what they were going to deliver. And they were going to do another ballroom dance. It was going to be nice and slow. We were going to see a different side to Nicola. It's such a shame when you have these these things that just take your chances away, and it's so frustrating. It really is, and when it's such a shame. It really is such a shame. Obviously, Katya was tested positive, and Nicola was in the same bubble as Katya, so they would both have to isolate for 14 days, and you can't miss 2 weeks of the competition. I think you can get away with missing 1 week of the competition, but not two. I think, especially in a series when there's only 9 weeks overall. I mean, every week, we're going to week 4. It feels like a week 6, really. So yeah, it's just a shame. A lot of people are very saddened by the news. Some people say bring back Jason Bell. Actually, he was eliminated last week. I think I don't. It's not. I really doubt that it's going to happen. Unfortunately, I just think it's a bit too late now into the week for them to bring Jason back. I mean, it's a nice idea, like to replace Nicola, but then you've got to remember, all the couples have been training for a week to learn a routine, and if they decide to bring Jason Luber back, then they haven't got a lot of time to learn any routine. They would have a couple of days, if not that, even about a day to learn it, and it just would be unfair, and especially if he's gone through the whole exit experience of like having his best bits shown, having It Takes Two exit interview as well. So I don't know if he'll really want to come back after all of that, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and I think the show can go on. They still have like now only 4 people in the final, but we usually do have only 4 people in a final. So it happens. I think another big question on everybody's lips is: will Nicola Adams be back in the next series of Strictly? I mean, will they both be in a partnership next year, or will we just won't have them back? It's going to be interesting. I say if you catch COVID, if you're affected by COVID and have to pull out, I say you should get an automatic pass to next year's series lineup. I think, because it is unfair, because you haven't decided to quit, you have to be forced to quit the show. I think you should. I think you should be in next year's lineup, guaranteed. The only thing about that, the only problem to that, is because Nicola has had already 3 weeks on Strictly, would that be an unfair advantage on the other, like the next year's lineup celebrities taking part? Would that be a little bit on the unfair side, This is a tough one, but yeah, again, she didn't decide to pull out. But then you could make the same statement as like Will Bailey last year. He got to week 5 and then onto week 6 he got injured and had to pull out the following week. So, it's and then he didn't get called back. But then you could make the other judgment that like Jamie Lang also, had to pull out on Strictly, and then he did get an automatic. Well, he did get to be in part of the lineup this year. So it's such an interesting one, Me personally, I would put Nicola Adams in next year's lineup. I think we need to see more. I don't think this partnership should be over. But it is a tough one to say. Then, if we're going to put you in next year's lineup, then you'll have to start at the beginning again when you've already been there and done that, It's such a tough one to call, but I think it should, we shouldn't end her journey now. I think her journey should continue next year on Strictly. I don't know. Oh, it is a tough one. It's really a tough one. really. Oh, it also depends. Let's just. Oh, you remember me earlier in these reviews when I said, oh, you imagine. Oh, touch wood, everybody. Nobody gets corona during the series. Touch wood, everybody just touch wood. Well, maybe I should have touched wood harder. I mean, I mean, sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But, I just hope nobody else gets it. Oh, depends if anybody else gets it, really. Oh, gosh. Let's all just, But no, it's a shame that these circumstances have happened, and it's disappointing, it really is. Yeah, I feel for them both, I really do, especially Nicola, you know. Oh, it really is, for all the other remaining couples, they just have to be careful who they really mingle with and who they really, where they go, really, because anybody could catch it. You have to really be on the cautious side now. We can't afford any other. Oh, you imagine if anybody else gets it. Okay, everybody, let's all just touch some wood. Touch wood that this doesn't happen. Look, I'm touching every piece of wood in my room. Touch my bed, that's made of wood, you know. Oh, come on, let's touch wood, touch wood. I'm touching wood. Touch it harder. Oh, but overall it's a very sad news. But that's not the only big story. Also, Ryan and Clark Neal, who also hosts Strictly It Takes Two, has had to pull out that because he hasn't got a positive test for COVID-19, but he has got COVID-19, I should say, but he has been with somebody that has had COVID, and now he has to isolate for 14 days because of that. So he has had to pull out for It Takes Two for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, Motsi Mabuse, the judge, has had to make a trip to Germany this week. So she has to come back to the UK and now has to isolate for 14 days. But so she will not be in the studio for Strictly. However, she will still be there by Skype or Zoom this week. So yeah, it's quite scary, really. But in any case, what do you think? Comment down below. Do you think Nicola should have stayed and got a different partner this week? Or do you think it was the right decision? I guess if you're from the same bubble, you have to isolate for 14 days if somebody tests it. It is probably be on the safe side, sadly, although we would have liked, Nicola to stay. It's a shame when things happen like this, it's a real shame. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will be back for more content very soon. Until then, goodbye people, goodbye.